Hello, this is lesson 1 in our introduction to Excel. So Excel offers, when you open a document in Excel, you can actually open up a variety of different worksheets. So you can see, as we look at the bottom, we have worksheet 1. And if we click on the plus next to it, we get worksheet 2. And we can do this for an infinite number of times. We can name each sheet. So what we're going to do today is to name this sheet problem 1, and we'll name this sheet problem 2. And you can follow along, it'll be helpful to you. So within every so the whole document that you're saving is called a spreadsheet, and the individual tabs indicate worksheets. And you can see that in every worksheet, you're going to have a grid with columns named with letters and rows named with numbers. And so correspondingly, each cell has a letter and number rotation. So you can see that right here, we have cell B3, B going down, 3 going across. Up here, you have a function bar, and you can see that my cursor right now is in the function bar. And so anything that you type into a cell, so I'm going to type anything, and it will appear right up here. And I can change it here in the cell by placing my cursor here and adding the A, or I could change it up here in the bar. Either place is okay. Right next to this bar, we have something called the function box. And if there's something that you want to do in Excel and you're not sure how to do it, for example, we'll be working with square roots and you forget how to abbreviate square roots, you can go into this function. Let me get back into a cell. You can open this function box and type in what you want. So I'm going to type in square, and you can see that, let's just type the whole thing out. And you can see that SQRT comes up second in the list, and it indicates to you, returns the square root of a number. So, and then if you click OK, it will actually show you how to use the formula. What number do you want the square root of? It asks you. Let's say we want the square root of 16, and then it will just give us that number in whatever cell we happen to be clicked on. And so let me just fix that out there. Okay, and there's our 4. Okay, so I've done a little bit of drawing on the screen. You will be hopefully being able to draw. And if you are using a version of Excel that is the minimal version that maybe comes free with your computer, it's not going to give you these functions. But if you go to Microsoft 365 on your DC account, then you'll get the version that I'm using, which has these draw functions. And I use a pen. I actually have a digital pen that I use that is really helpful to me, and you might find this helpful too. So now a couple of the things that are nice about Excel. Excel will complete patterns for you, and I'm going to show you how to do this because you'll be doing it in some of your work. So let's imagine we're gathering data, and we have person 1, and I'm going to use the down arrow to go to the next cell and write person 2. Now let's imagine that I have 50 people. I don't want to type all that out. So I can simply highlight those first 2 cells. And then down in the corner, you see that dark square that appears in the lower right corner. And it's a solid small square. And when you place your cursor over it, you get this solid black cursor, not this white one. You get this solid black cursor. And then it's ready to finish the pattern for you. So now you can see if I drag down the screen, it continues to number people for me. You can name it whatever you want. So you could do child 1, child 1, child 2. And as long as you indicate 2 in the series, it will copy it for you. You can also do number patterns. Say you want to just have a numbered list, you can do 1, 2. And you can, so this is not the arrow we need. We need the dark arrow. And you can copy that down. And you can do even number patterns that aren't immediately recognizable, like you could go 3, 6, 9. Let's see if it'll finish this pattern for us. I'm getting where I have that dark cross and just dragging it down. And now it's finished that going in sequence of 3. It also knows days of the week, Monday, Tuesday. So I'm making a schedule and I want it to do the days of the week. There we go. Now it has every day listed. We can do months of the year, January, February. And again, looking for that dark cross. And there we go. We have that pattern repeated for us. So you get the idea here. And we can do the same thing going across. Let's say that we want dates going across. So let's start with November 1, November 2, and let's see if it will, whoops, I have a typo there. And I still have a typo. And so we can continue this pattern going across in the same way by clicking that arrow, by placing my cursor over the dark square in the bottom right corner of the last cell. Until when I get this dark cursor, it's ready to go with a pattern. And so now we can see it's added the dates for us. And so that is just your basic first lesson, introducing you to the ideas of the spreadsheet, the worksheets within the spreadsheets, the tabs that you can rename by double clicking on them, and some of the functionality of pattern creation within Excel. So that's the end of this first lesson.